Hey my lovelies, I hope you're all safe and well. It's Mitch here. I'm just coming on to do this Wednesday's Facebook card reveals. So I used this week my own deck, which is the Wizard Within Oracle, which is a beautiful deck as you can see there. So let's have a look at the cards and their messages. I thought what I would do today, just to sort of promote the book a little bit, is I would actually kind of tell you the original messages from the actual instruction manual, which is now available to purchase as a hard copy if you would like to. So let's have a little look. So if you guys were drawn to card number 1, we're going into the energy of the Enchanted Tear. Now I'm just going to hold that close so you guys can see the artwork, because the artwork is so cool in this deck. And the artwork is by the fantastic Melanie, I can never say her surname. I'm going to hold it up. Just here. Is it Civotone? I've probably said that wrong already. I can never say it. So, right. So, what you have with each of the cards is like keywords at the top, and then the main message, and then like a wizard's incantation. So, let's do this. So, for this particular card, the Enchanted Teardrop, we have physical tears, depression, grief, soul-seeking. And it just says here, there have been many tears of recent times. Some may be physical, others may be internal. As all wizards know, they don't always like to show their tears freely. They prefer to keep them hidden and locked away from the world to see. If you have been drawn to this card, there have been some tears that need release. It's really important to honour these tears and not feel guilty or bad for feeling the way that you do. This is merely part of a healing process all wizards must go through at some stage of their life. Whilst the feelings at the time feel like they will go on forever, take comfort in the knowing that they will stop and the feelings will eventually pass. Allow yourself time to release any tears that have been bottled up away from the world to see. Notice how lighter you feel from offloading these energies. Allow the tears to be caught by Mother Earth, who will transmute the energy into something more wholesome and positive. She will send any old energies into the earth to be cleared, cleansed, and reset. So it could be that some of you at the moment, if you've been drawn to this card, have been feeling a little bit vulnerable. What I love with this card is, even though you might be feeling in this space of a little bit of depression or anxiety or overwhelmment, we have that sun trying to break through the trees, and it's almost like, to me, I really feel that represents kind of light coming back into your world after vulnerability. But it is actually okay to be vulnerable if you need to sort of be in that space. So it's really important to honour those energies. Now, the wizard's incantation: a lonely tear runs down my face. I feel it trickle and leave its trace. More tears come and follow on. The time is needed, the hurts are gone. Once eyes felt tired and slightly sore, feel uplifted, and love enters and conquers all. So I think that's really nice, actually. So that's card 1. Now then, as we're going into card number 2, I'm just going to find it in the book. We are going into, if you've been drawn to this card, the Sage and the Witch. This is a really, really powerful one. I always love this card when it shows. So main messages: soulmates, unity, and friendships. So I'll read what it says here. Long ago, there was a time when the sage met his soulmate. Black raven hair with piercing eyes, red velvet cloak, the sage met his witch. If you have been drawn to this card, now is a time to stop and take action. There is somebody around you that you have a heart-centered connection with. This may be just as good friends, or it may be growing and developing into something deeper. You may not have known each other for very long, yet it feels like you have known each other for an eternity. Apologies if you can hear the plane outside. You may feel like you are soulmates, destined to be together and in each other's lives for the greater of good. Stop trying to understand how or why, and just allow this beautiful connection to happen. It is something so sacred, special, and rare. Not many people get to experience in its complete state. Only a rare few are chosen. You are blessed to be one of these. Take control and know this is a person that will not wish to hurt or take from you. They care too deeply about you. They just want to bring in eternal love and share this world with you. Now, I will say that some of you that have been drawn to this card, you may have had that in your life, and there may be beautiful loved ones that have recently departed into the spirit world, because what I've noticed with this card is it shows a lot when people have had that connection with someone and they maybe have transitioned to spirit and now live on. So if that resonates for you, if you've lost somebody, still know that you've got to have the beauty, the depth, the real magic of what that is. If you're someone that's at a sort of stage where this is just coming in for you, then of course embrace it freely for what it is. So depending on where you sit, and sometimes with soulmates, it's not always like it says here. It's not always romantic connections. It could be a real deep friendship as well. So it could be that you've had a friend that was like that or is like that if they're still physically here. So it could be in a few ways, this connection card. But the wizard incantation just says, from afar I see their face, through smoke and time I can't misplace. They look familiar, yet we have just met. Their energy feels old, yet familiar, I cannot forget. Two hearts bound as one from times before, reconnected in this life for adventures and more. So I really like that. And finally, if you've been drawn to card number 3, we are going into the energies of the wizard's Athame. Beautiful, beautiful artwork in this, or in all the cards, but I love the artwork in this as well. So it just says here, change, ritual, detach, empower. So, beneath the wizard's robes, tight around his belt, lies his trusted Athame. Whilst he really needs to use this tool, he still has it on him, always, just in case. If you have been drawn to this card, there is a real need to make some changes or detach from something. You have been finding old patterns have been repeating themselves. You may have felt a change is needed, but feel a bit scared or unsure how to detach from the old cycle to embrace the new. The wizard wants you to review your life and look at what you treasure and hold dear to you. He also wants you to look at what else is going on. What's really needed or important in the grand scheme of things? Are you holding on to old energy that could be restricting or blocking the pathway forward? If you feel some things are becoming heavy, it's time to use the Athame and cut the cords that are holding you back. See how easy the blade slices through and detaches the bindings that once restricted you. Changes are sometimes painful but necessary. Take comfort in the knowing the cords have now been cut. New energy can find its way in and deeper magic can now begin. So it could be that you've been avoiding or putting off severing something. That could be a physical person, a circumstance, or a situation. And it definitely is time to just sever that, let that go, and release, the unwanted energies, if that makes sense. So it's a really, really important time to sort of just sever that bond and don't feel guilty, don't feel bad. I think a lot of people at the moment are severing bonds they never envisaged or they never thought they would have to sever. So there is that side of things, but if it's having to happen, there's a higher reason as to why. So don't fear that cycle, definitely. And finally, the wizard incantation for this one. A change I feel is needed. One step forward, I start to bleed. The rope that restricts and burns my skin. It's time to cut away and allow the change in. I cut the cords from every angle. I feel set free. It's time to sparkle. So I really like those. So maybe I'm a little bit biased because it's my own deck. I really, really do like those. So I hope you can make sense of the messages and their meanings. Thank you so much to everybody that has purchased this deck, or if you've recently come across this deck and you would like to purchase it, then obviously it's available via my website, and the book is available via Amazon only at the moment. So pop over to Amazon and you'll be able to find that and download it if you would like to. So a couple of shouts, what do I need to let you know about? Tomorrow, Thursday, you can find me over at Colour and Crystals in Trowbridge. I'll be doing a cheeky night of one-to-one readings. So if you're in need of like an emergency reading and you need to see me quickly, pop over to Trowbridge, Colour and Crystals, and let Joe know, and if there are any spaces left we can get you booked in. And then after that I'm actually going off grid because from Friday I'm travelling up to Stoke-on-Trent and I've got a couple of days up there. We've got a really cool little cabin in the woods, and it is like a small little cabin in the woods. But my husband's coming with me. We're taking my little man Oscar, my little dog, and I'm really excited. So myself and Melissa are teaming up for our once a year night of mediumship, so teaming up with one of my partners in the divine, as it were. So very excited to be sharing the night with Mel. It's going to be a beautiful night of spirit, reconnecting you back with your friends, your loved ones, just those beautiful souls that live on in the spirit world. And what's lovely when you work alongside somebody is you see two different styles of mediumship, but you see the real magic, the real essence of spirit coming in. So I always love it when I sort of work alongside someone, because you see the richness of how different people work, yet the quality of vibration of spirit essentially is still very much there. So that's going to be really cool. I'm really excited for that one. So yeah, I think that's me done. So have a beautiful week. I look forward to seeing some of you lovelies on Zoom and Facebook video chat. Keep an eye on my website, because I'm going to be putting up an offer. It's going to be called Season of the Witch Spider Web of Life Reading. And it's going to be a new offering, but it's only going to be available for an extremely short amount of time. And there's going to be a discount code for any of you lovelies that support me on the social platforms. So its usual price is £40, but you'll be able to get it for £30. So there's a saving of £10. But more details to follow for that, but you'll see it being launched very soon. So I'll try and actually launch it this evening, but yeah, keep an eye for that. So a reminder just to say that any voice records, I've currently done all of them, so I'm up to date with them all at the moment, so which is great. But any voice records take up to 6 days. I try to do them as soon as possible, but sometimes it is the 6-day period, particularly if you're placing orders at the weekend, and I'm obviously up in Stoke, so just be aware of that. But have a cool one, look after yourselves, and I will see some of you lovelies very soon. Take care, much love, bye for now.